Right, once more with feeling. Once more with feeling. Till I hear that old song they used to play. I know those weren't the words to that song, but I liked it. All right, read with me.
After the end of World War II, the world was split into two, East and West. This marked the beginning of the era called the Cold War.
3, 2, 1, go! Man, this is such a good game to speedrun. MGS3 might very well be my favorite Metal Gear speedrun now. You know, I've speedrun most of the main series at this point. Metal Gear 2, Metal Gear Solid, Solid 2, Metal Gear Solid 3, one small portion of Metal Gear Solid 4, Ground Zeroes, Survive, Ghost Babel, Metal Gear. 4 is up next. The rest of 4 is definitely next on the list. It'd be 4 and then Phantom Pain, but I probably won't get around to Phantom Pain at this rate. Phantom Pain's about 3 hours if I recall. It'll be the longest Metal Gear run that I've done. I have done Survive, but Survive isn't as long. Four's quite long, but you have to remember with 4 that there's a lot of that's a lot to do with like cutscenes and loading times and things like that.
Come in, HQ.
Well, that's cool. I can just run around him.
Patrol here. The enemy is attacking from an unknown position. Begin the
That's fine. Cool. This should be a really good Virtuous mission. Assuming I can get through the curing section without making a mistake. Nice. Awesome. That is indeed a good start. I like to see that. Oh, wow. Oh, come on. And there probably goes that 4 seconds. Let's go take on the Ocelot unit. They're a funny bunch of fellas. All that guard. I forgot to mention Twin Snakes when I went through that list of games in the series I've run. I've run Twin Snakes as well. I think there's anything else that I have run. Alright, time for guard rush. Nice.
Where did that?
Distract him.
I see him.
Stun grenades. And that should be done. Nice. God, I so much prefer that version of Guard Rush. It's so much cleaner. Oh, Snake. I don't quite know what I do wrong with that. No, it's kind of awkward that you get control over Snake before you come out of the codec. So he's annoyed me slightly. Through the minefields. Mind the mines! Don't get electrocuted. Avoid the doggy. Doggy's fine. Never get a problem with the doggy. Awesome. Approaching Ocelot. With Ocelot, it's just getting those last 2 headshots that I struggle with the most. In fact, it's getting the very last headshot. So let's see. Got him. That was good. Took my time a little bit there, just to make sure that I was definitely going to land that headshot. And I did, so that was good. And it shows. I definitely have some splits to fix after I added some extra splits. Completely screwed up myself. I thought I'd saved some that didn't have the extra splits, but apparently I didn't. Alright, let's not screw up the pain this time. I got a little bit of the pain wrong in my previous attempts. It didn't cost me that much time. I did get knocked to the ground at the start of phase 2. Let's try and avoid this time. Oh, beautiful couple of headshots there. There we go, already better than last time. That was really nice. So the second phase wasn't quite as good, but that first phase, finishing on those 2 headshots, was wonderful. Hey, Kieran. Thanks, dudes. It's interesting night so far. I opened by doing this run, but on the Xenia emulator again. Very successful. Felt like it probably would have been a PB, but it was about 17 seconds behind. I had Vermilion on, and he was suggesting it should have been a 107, but it was a 109.04, I think. So don't know if that's down to it. There was something that I did get wrong that I didn't really anticipate, or the emulator is a little bit slower. Probably the latter. But for all intents and purposes, the emulator run was great. You know, very little frame loss. It might just simply be that the emulator loads slightly slower. I need to go back and actually check out the times. See where the time comes from. But yeah, as I say, it was a really good run. I think it proves that in certain circumstances the Xenia emulator would be viable for speedrunning. The next test is how far down can you go with the specs, because I have very good specs for my computer. So how far down can you go where it's still viable? That is the question.
This is HQ.
You need something relatively beefy, but when I did the run a couple of years ago on my old hardware, and for the most part, up until Bike Chase, it was fine. It was Bike Chase where it then really became a problem. And if the emulator's improved so that that's not much of a problem, and my old equipment was about 10 years old, so I'm hoping that it means that you only need a bit of a step up from what I used to have to make it viable. I shot that guy's radio. What I'll say straight away is the 360 emulator is way more viable for this than the PS3. Mainly because the PS3 emulator makes it run like it's a PS3 game. You have to run it as though it's the PS3 version of the game, which had some problems on a PS3. Whereas the 360 emulator makes it run close to what it would be like on an Xbox Series S. But again, that's only because I've got, my computer is better than an Xbox Series S. Hey Val. Welcome. Val, when are you learning this? I know you just finished a casual run of this, didn't you? Welcome. Haha, I see what you did there. Let's swap to the 3D camera. Everyone's asking you. Although, how were you playing it? Were you on an emulator, PS2, Xbox? It's a relatively easy run to pick up. There's only a couple of boss fights on very easy. Oh wow, fucking hell. Wish I had someone to just buy and give me a PS. Well, I don't need a PS3, so. Phew, took him out. That alert won't. Oh, I freaking hate this door. Maybe I should do that bit in the 3D camera as well. The PS2 emulator version is well, when I last did it, it was a bit rough, but it's probably better now, particularly with better hardware. Excellent. I've got plenty of stun grenades this time, so I won't need to worry about. I won't need to worry about getting extra stun grenades. Let's hoping all of this worked.
He wasn't dead after all.
Excellent. I've considered this, and I've said before, one day I really should do a full run of this with the subsistence cam, just to see the difference. I do swap to it occasionally, for certain sections of the game. But it would be interesting to see what the speedrun's like without it. Sorry, see what the speedrun's like with it. Because I remember going back to, like, trying... When I got Subsistence, when I first got Subsistence when it first came out, I remember trying to use the Snake Eater cam and just absolutely hating it. I was just like, how did I ever play this with the Snake Eater cam when the 3D camera is so much better? For speedrunning, of course, the Snake Eater camera is so much better because it's you know, static. Having a static camera is way better than having a controllable camera because it's one less thing to have to control. All right, let's hope I don't make her. Hope I don't make a hash of this. Exactly enough stun grenades. Oh, what? You gotta be kidding me. Oh, I'm good.
I can't see.
Excellent. We're good. There we go. Ooh. New strat. What was the new strat there? Alright, come on, Angel Heal. Oh, that's the standard. That's the standard way of doing the end on any percent. Main reason you haven't seen that from me, really. Main reason you haven't seen that from me is because I do all keratins, and in all keratins we don't kill the end straight away. You can kill the end straight away, but then you don't get the RNG of a faster end. Come on, Angel Heal. You'll never see ladder glitch. You will never see ladder glitch in a single segment run. It's not doable in single segment. It's only doable in multi-segment. And also, it's unwise to do ladder glitch on Xbox Series S because you can actually completely crash your console. That's probably because you've not seen Apache playing very easy. It's a very different fight on European Extreme. I don't think I'm getting the Angel Heal. I actually don't know how the fight goes on easy when you haven't got the easy gun. I absolutely adore the European Extreme fight. It's so funny. The Angel Heal is sometimes when Snake's afflicted by like poison or venom, as I am right now, and you've got the easy gun out, it may randomly heal off its own accord. Doesn't look like I'm gonna get it. It's usually the end of the ladder climb where I decide no, I'm not gonna get it. So now I need to cure it manually. Just say it saves, you know, saves 3 or 4 seconds not going into the menu. Is all. Healing radio. Yeah, and there are radio stations that will heal you. Listen to some salty catfish. I'm going to use one of them in the speedrun, which is to open the prison cell. I don't need to grab the stun grenades in here. I've still got 1 stun grenade left. As I should do. Oh, got the first one. Got the second one. That alert shouldn't go through. That should get cancelled. And it did. I used to have real problems, grabbing the RPG there. That was a really good roll into him. I managed to get the box out. You want to make sure you're always moving into this room in the box on VE so that you can, because Snake will slow down crawling up the initial hill. Oh well, that's okay. Let's go up here. Oh, Snake. On European Extreme, you don't want to move into here with the box. Oh, wow, I screwed up both of those rolls. That was bad. Yeah, you don't want to go in with the box. You actually want to be slowed down because then all the cycles are correct. Coming up next, we've got the Fury. No, I said Fury, not Furry. Come on. Oh, that was not the best roll I've ever done. Roll over and swap to the subsistence camera as a roll. It's gone left. Got down very quickly there.
I shoot!
Fucking beautiful, Fury. Love to see that type of Fury fight. Even with him missing one shot. But I did deliberately hide around the corner to see if I could get him to hide around the corner to see if I could get him to not shoot me, and he didn't. So that was also spot on.
Who's that? Daniel, where's our backup? One bloody shot. Not hitting that guard properly. Oh, and a fucking shot, Rykov. It's not a problem. It's just a little slower. It's quicker to miss and distract him. You get him a bit quicker. Oh well.
All right, let's see what that did to my time. Obviously, you can already see it's going down a bit. All right, I lost half of my time save with that.
Tell me,
Stop it!
who have you been talking to?
He doesn't know what you're talking about.
There's always some stupid
Start
mistake.
talking.
Please, stop this!
Who is Khrushchev's lapdog?
How can you do this to him?
I know you gave the data to someone.
Never do
You!
that.
You monster. Oh. Oh.
I guess he's dead.
Oh, if that costs me something, just shooting that one guard. I should have like turned and knocked him down or something. You know what? I've got a little pack of donuts, so I'm gonna have a donut while we watch this scene.
I hope you'll prove more entertaining than he was.
If you've got food, now's a good time to go for it.
But first, let's take a look at your body, shall we? What a beautiful body you have. Like a newborn baby. But not for long.
Yum! I love donuts.
Well then, let's get started. What is
One of my
your
favorite baked good.
Is it the Shagohod? Or Sokolov? Or maybe it's the
Sokolov.
Legacy?
Legacy.
Answer me! Who is helping you? Who let you in here? You're a tough one, but even you must have your limits.
Right, we're coming out of this cutscene now.
I am a patient man.
Gonna call 144.75. Language, Johnny. This is supposed to be a family game. This is a family friendly stream, everyone. I don't tolerate the kind of language that Johnny Sasaki just used. I don't think Johnny would use that kind of language in front of his grandchildren. Yeah, I didn't get hit by the dog this time. Because I remembered to roll. Casual leg break. Into the one section where it is useful to swap into this cam. So I can line up that roll. That was nice. That's it though, that's the for the rest of these it's easier to drop down and go back to the snake eater cam for the rest of them. You don't want to roll into any of them, you just kneel and do it that way. Oh. A little drop to the knee there. Should be in the subsistence camera for this though. Because then when I come out of it, I'll already be in the subsistence camera. Which I want to be in the subsistence camera for the next one. Oh, warning, there's probably going to be a horrible, yep, that thing come up. Right, apparently I pulled some time back there. Yep, if you don't understand the revival pill there, the sorrow can be a bit of a dick. I remember as a kid playing this and like I actually remember it wasn't my first playthrough of the game. Oh, I just got my leg, you dick. That was weird. It wasn't my first playthrough of the game. I'd come back to the game after not playing it for a while, and I just could not remember what to do. I went all the way down to the end, and then he hit me, and I died, and I continued, and I just couldn't remember. I think eventually I had to look it up. I was then pretty amazed when I then started watching speedruns. I was like, oh, you can just drown yourself. Oh, okay. All right, back into Groznygrad. Not camouflage. I make that mistake too often. Yeah, at least you got the camo. Yeah, you do only get the camo if you go all the way to the end. Whoops, I made a right meal of getting that cardboard box out. Not gonna make a mess of this. Play this safe. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Right, Volgin time. Cool, phase one good. Phase two, little off there. Don't ask me about the time now. I'm not quite sure why that's weird, but all right, 13 seconds ahead. It's not the it's not the 30 seconds ahead that I was, but it is still ahead. Froggy. Got it. I like the slides that the Shagahod does. It really does sometimes feel like you're fighting against some sort of monster that's crawling along the floor. With the way that it slides around and recovers, and it's weird. That was weird. Bum 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 bum. Got it. Hey, Froggy. There's some crawling around and... No more Froggy runs for a while. I got no reason to run Keratin Fox for a while now, and I'm quite pleased. I got very tired of Keratin Fox. Right, room 1 done. I like how the dialogue still plays out even though I've killed them. Yep, taking out them.
Good one.
Them. Take out that one. Got them all. Nice. No slow down for me. Come on, Eva, get on with it. Thank you. Yeah, you do need that for the platinum trophy. At some point, I would like to do all achievements for this, but I need to learn some of the other ones first, because all achievements incorporates some of the other runs. Like there's the Markor run, which is all animals and plants. There's the all camos and all face paints run. There is now also a Keratin run, which is all plants and animals and Keratin frogs. All camos and face paints is slightly misleading. It actually isn't all of them. It's all of the ones that can just be normally obtained in the game. I don't think you have to get... I don't think you have to get the infinite face paint. And a couple of others. All achievements is a bit awkward though, because it's difficult to track. You know, you don't know... You know, unless every time you played it, you played on a, you know, you created a new account every single time. It's a bit of a pain in the arse. Quick, save them. Save them from the Shagahod. Those guys couldn't be saved. Yeah, you can't just do the seething. I've used the I use Steam's achievement resetter for Unmetal. No, I don't need to. I don't need to shoot him anymore. Right, here comes the next.
I planted one C3 charge. The shadow huts.
Here comes the next bit. Basically, the bit that decides whether or not I get a PB. Stop wasting my infinite ammo.
Steady. Keep your aim steady. Keep your aim steady. Keep your aim steady. Keep your it's here.
Here we go. I almost messed it up. I almost got that wrong. Oh, well, I'm pleased with that. All good. Phew! I am pretty pleased with that. That did almost go wrong.
There they are.
Man, like, I could be like 40 seconds ahead if it hadn't been for that time loss earlier with the death. Yeah, having to reset on Rykov. This is going to be so dumb if this is a PB. Once again, PB with a death. And it's not even a tricky death. So I didn't shoot one guard.
They're not going anywhere.
Gonna get in some all achievements practice here. I'm gonna attempt to shoot the Keratin Frog without shooting any guards. Like that. That is how you have to get that frog on all achievements. The reason for that is, well, you could do it with the Mosing Nagant and that would be safer, but if you miss one shot with the Mosing Nagant, you've got to very quickly reload. Whereas you do get, you know, a barrel with the SVD. On a normal Keratin Frog run, you would get that frog by just absolutely blasting it with RPG shots. Problem is, for all achievements, one of the achievements is not getting any kills. So if you do that, if you blast it with RPG shots and kill a guard, that's your all achievements run over. It's also worth noting, if you didn't know, that all achievements is different on Xbox from PS3, because there are less achievements on the Xbox. Her eyesight is impeccable. I think the reason for it. The reason for it is likely because on the PS3, the two games are separate. On the PS3, it completely separates Metal Gear Solid 2 and Metal Gear Solid 3 into two separate games. as far as trophies are concerned at the very least. On the Xbox version, they're both combined into one game, which is the Metal Gear Solid HD collection. Peace Walker on both is completely separate, but that's because Peace Walker is on its own disc. So it is a different game because it's on its own disc. In fact, that's worth noting for people wanting to buy the HD collection on like on Xbox, a digital version. You can still buy Peace Walker because on the digital store, the two games are separated as well. If you buy, I bought Metal Gear, the HD collection, thinking I was getting MGS2, 3, and Peace Walker, and it didn't include Peace Walker. So Peace Walker is still available to purchase. I own Peace Walker on this now as well.
Here comes the jump. Hold on tight.
Last little hurdle.
Let me have some more.
Get away from her before she stops. Get it to go this way around the tree. Did get her to go that way around the tree, a little bit slow because she got too close to me. I'm just trying to keep Eva's route here as tight as possible. And the main way of doing that is to not go too far away from her. Current world record, I think, is 107. I think it's 106.59. 5 million. Which is pretty much an, you know, an absolutely, yeah, it's an absolutely spot on run. It will be extraordinarily difficult to beat. He is exceptionally good at this game. And I believe he currently has the world record on every difficulty as well. I've only ever done 2 difficulties, this and European Extreme, and my European Extreme is god-awful. Phew. Always a bit worried there that she's going to turn around. What if I've saved time here? This has been a pretty good section. If I can get a really good boss fight here.
Hungry.
Yeah, another gold split. All right, come on.
Let's see what you're made of. Excellent, Jack.
There we go. That should be a 23, 24 second PB. Oh. Nice. Could have been a 40 second PB. I'm so close to 107. I'm so close to being able to get a 107.
It's our only hope.
Which then makes you wonder, where the hell does a million pull another minute out of this?
Shit. Why are you giving me this?
Jack. Or should I say, Snake?
That wasn't a perfect fight. I kind of I messed up a little bit at the end when I
Kill me. Kill me now.
when I kicked her to the ground.
Do it.
But I think I split slightly late as well. Don't worry that it says I was 18 seconds behind PB, behind best segments, because I've been messing around with segments.
There's only room for one boss and one snake.
Anyway, we're still not done, so still gonna make sure I get everything else right. Well, yeah, that's the story. I love that. I love MGS3's story. It's one of my favorites. That's it. We're done. All right, I'm gonna obviously mute the audio as I always do. In fact, actually, you know what? You guys can listen to the audio. I've realised you guys can listen to the audio. It's me that can't listen to the audio. I have I've recently redone my setup to include some of these new scene, new subscription and raid alerts and stuff like that. And as part of it, one of the things I've had to do is for speedrunning, I don't want any of the extra alerts and stuff to come up. The main one is there's a new channel point redemption called Go to a Break, where if you redeem it, it's once per stream. If you redeem it without my control whatsoever, we automatically go to a break. Please don't use it now. Don't be a dick and use it now. But I have absolutely no control over it. If you redeem it, we go to a break. Because I've set it up so that it's all automated. The problem with that is if that happens in the middle of a speed run, then my run is screwed, because I'm recording it, I'm streaming it, and we lose the feed. So to counter that, I've redone the way that I do all of my layouts and stuff, and the way I record. I now record this scene that we're in right now, including the way I do some of the audio. I do it so that it works that way as well. And what it means is now that if we do go to a break, we go to any other scene, it doesn't matter. This scene is still the one being recorded. So I can do all sorts of other stuff in the background, but the recording that I put on YouTube is just this scene as it is with the audio as it should be. And the audio set up the same way. I had to do some funky stuff with the audio to make sure it worked. But for my game capture and for my capture card capture for audio, I always have two different audio levels. I have one that only goes to the stream and one that only comes to me. And the one that only comes to me is also what gets recorded. The audio that goes to the stream does not get recorded in the way that I've set this up. So as a result, I can stream the music to you, and it will mute the VOD on Twitch. That will happen. But my recording won't have the music, and I can put it on YouTube and it won't be an issue. So actually, from now on, you guys can listen to the music, but I can't. So we've flipped it around the other way now. So enjoy that. Enjoy listening to the music. I'd say the only downside is it means that the VOD that appears on Twitch will be muted because copyright and shit like that. My new stream setup, I can't even remember how I did half of what I did with my new stream setup. It still doesn't work properly. The one thing that doesn't work, and I don't know why, is whenever I get a new follower or a new subscriber, there is supposed to be a thing that refers to that person's Twitch avatar. With a follower, that screen in the background, the new follower's Twitch avatar should appear in the middle of that screen. When I get a new subscriber and this scene that we're in right now shrinks down to reveal the subscriber stuff around the outside, the two bottom corners should also have the new subscriber's Twitch avatar. And for some reason, it just isn't working. I don't know why. It worked in testing, and it has worked before, and all of a sudden, it's just decided to stop working. The only other thing I don't like about... I'm using Lumia Stream to do all of my alerts and stuff like that now. One thing I don't like is down in this scene, down in the bottom right-hand corner, all of the labels reset at the start of every stream. It will keep latest follower, but latest sub, raid, and cheer are always blank now until someone does it. Whereas with when I was using Streamlabs before, not Streamlabs, Stream Elements before, if no one had done any of those in the current session, it would just retain the information from the last session, which was better. I don't know why it does it this way. I might have to find a different way of grabbing that info, because I don't like it being blank. Oh well. Maybe I'll send a ticket off to Lumia Stream and ask and see what they say. Almost there. Almost. Most. Will I do another run? Probably not of MGS3 now. Kind of happy with this run, and well, I'm not happy with this run. There was a death in it, but you know, it was a very short death. But yeah, I've done 2 runs of MGS3. I don't really want to do another one. I don't know what I might do now. For the rest of this week, I definitely need to do some more Klonoa practice. Because Klonoa is what I'm actually running at the event, the marathon next Saturday. I'm doing any % with an incentive to upgrade it to all visions. So I need to get some any % practice in. I recently got the world record for all visions back. I hold the any % world record, but it would be nice to improve on it.
and the Granin research facility have both been wiped out without a trace.
And I also want to just quickly do any percent
understand, sir,
easy and
there were
all visions
necessary
easy. Just so
sacrifices.
that I've got easy difficulty done and out of the way.
Yes, the CIA has taken care of the boss themselves.
Just so that I'm on the board with it. I think at least one of them is a guaranteed world
The
record.
White House will be satisfied.
In fact, they might both be guaranteed world records.
Khrushchev is
Just gonna check. I'm just gonna check Speedrun.
Your time has finally arrived.
.com.
Yes.
Yeah,
the
they are
American
both.
president is relying on us
If I
to
do
deliver
easy
all
support
fair.
mode on any
They've got
percent
about
and all
goals.
visions, that's automatically
It
2
should
world
make a
records because they
valuable
haven't
track record
been
in future
run.
negotiations. Yes, Chief Director. Of course.
There's also all visions
keep the KGB
hard, which I'm tempted to give a go, but I'm not looking forward to that. The only problem with streaming Klonoa, and I found this out on Thursday,
Yes, it's me.
is I have an audience that comes to watch
The
me
boss
play
has
Metal
accomplished
Gear.
their mission.
They're not as fond of watching Klonoa. It gets very
Philosopher's
quiet.
legacy is now safely with us.
Wasn't as bad when I
in
was doing
America's hands.
Vice City. Which I should go back to Vice City at some point
Yes, the
and see if
philosophers
I can
finally
improve
be
that. That was a
revived.
lot of fun doing Vice City.
The film we handed the Chinese was a fake.
But next on my
PK must be in an
list,
uproar right about now.
next on my list is definitely MGS4 to learn.
I'm
But
afraid
it also
so.
depends what comes out
Only
of
half the money's
marathons.
made
I've
back
got
to the
2
United
more
States.
marathons that I've submitted to. There's
KGB
Green
still have
Gaming's
bloody
marathon,
legacy.
which they've actually they were gonna. I think the
Yes,
deadline for
lessons
submissions
been
was
reduced to
today,
ashes.
but they've extended it another 8
That's right.
days.
Rosnygrad has been obliterated. by the
So
baby product we
they
brought as well.
the turnaround between the deadline for submissions ending and
Yes,
then
that was the
the
boss's
actual
work, too.
event is quite short. I was really hoping it would be.
Speaking of which,
I'd know
I've
by
obtained
now.
something from Granin that you
Because
might find
that I've
interesting.
submitted.
It's a
I've submitted this.
revolutionary
I've submitted all
new nuclear
keratins.
system.
I've submitted
Perhaps it might just
Klonoa,
come in
any
handy
percent,
someday.
and all visions. So interesting to see what they choose
Yes,
for
we
that.
have
If
John
if I
and
get
Snake
in.
to thank for
But
that.
to be honest, if they're
Khrushchev believed it as well.
keeping submissions open for another 7 days or however
Yes,
long
they
it
bought our
is,
story.
that would suggest that they haven't got
anything
enough. I don't know.
The secondary alert
And
has
of course,
been
the other
lifted as
big
well.
one is I have submitted to
And the
GDQ.
Soviets still
I've
haven't
submitted
discovered much
MGS3 all
like we do.
keratins to GDQ, which I do not
They have
expect
no
to get in,
idea that I've been
because MGS3 was at the last GDQ. I've
continue my
submitted
activities as
any
a
percent,
contact for the new
all
government.
visions for Klonoa are normal and hard for any percent. I've not
Yes.
submitted
It
hard
appears that
all
no one knew
visions,
that
because that's
I
not a
was
run that I want to do. I submitted Twin Snakes, a bunch of Twin
course.
Snakes runs,
I'm
and
always
I
at the CIA's
submitted
disposal.
Unmetal, of course.
Mr. Director.
Right, don't worry that now looks like we're 11.7 seconds behind. I will amend that. But what we got? There we go, 108.21. I get my I break another half-minute barrier. And yeah, just if it hadn't been for that death, if it hadn't been for that, just misshooting that one guard, that would have been 69. Nice. If it hadn't been for missing that shot on that one guard and having to take a restart at Rykov, that would have been a 107. That would have been my first 107. Oh, god damn it. Yeah, there we go. 108.21. New PB. I will have to submit that. I think I don't know if that does anything to my to my place on the board. Let me have a quick look. 'Cause I think I'm currently 5th, 6th, 7th, 9th. I'm 9th on the board at the moment. I'm looking at PS3. Blah. No, I'm 6th. Currently 6th with a 108.47. 5th is 108.16. That doesn't actually change my position on the board. So I might not even submit this. It doesn't change my position on the board. I probably will. I don't know. Maybe I won't, and I'll do a bit more practice. Val's giving a shout out to me. It's me. Shout out for me. Anyway, if I do upload this and you're watching this on YouTube, thank you very much. Check me out live, twitch.tv/NickRPGreen.